This is Washim Palash. Welcome you all my presentation. It is my immense pleasure to share my ideas and views on democracy and people's well-being with you. My warm greetings to all of you who are watching and listening me. Let me take the opportunity to thank Chinese Academy of Social Science and other associated organizations for arranging the time of the discussion. Because of time limitation, I shall focus only on the core ideas, not all the references. In my article, I shall try to explain more elaborately with empirical evidences and references. In my discussion, I would like to focus on two most long-cherished values of human progressive journey, democracy and people's well-being. More precisely, democracy is power of the people or rule by the people, whereas well-being is the broader concept and defined as the state of being comfortable, healthy or happy. Moreover, how people feel and evaluate their lives, that is the prime focus. Among the different school of thoughts, different type of views are prevailing regarding democracy, development and people's well-being. Considering the issue like democracy, growth, development and people's development are interrelated. But the extent of correlation and whether the relation is positive or negative, it varies country to country and over the period of time. One view is like that. The first, it needs to achieve development, then democracy will be established automatically. And the alternative and the most established view are through democratic practice, development and people's well-being can be achieved. In last couple of decades, we have experienced a diverse example across the planet, but it is significantly proved that democracy is indispensable in long run for a stable society and economy. In recent years, democracy is getting less priority compared to some other issues and most people are less concerned about it. Alternatively, people's focus has been shifted to some other issues intentionally. That is the major failure of pro-people politics in different corners of globe. It needs solid democratic institutions and its proper functioning for durable development. Moreover, freedom, democracy, quality institutions are largely correlated with people's well-being. Democracy is not only an electoral system, rather a collective value system and a state of mind to accept and tolerate others' opinion. Considering the broader perspective, it brings some additional benefit like prosperity, security and sense of equity among the people. It is really tough to draw a conclusion whether it is positively or negatively correlated because it largely depends on some other relevant factors and associated factors. But it is highly expected that in democratic atmosphere, people's confidence and happiness are much higher than other systems. Political culture is a significant issue to patronize the democratic system. Even within the political party, how the members get floor to express their views and opinions. Sometimes, many political parties, direct or indirectly, a single person takes all the major decisions, which is very much costly as it has a very narrow scope to recover the decision regarding public welfare. On the one hand, some pro-people and pro-democratic rules are written in constitution, but not in practice. Implementing and practicing these are major challenges for underdeveloped and developing countries. Building institution is mandatory to carry the democratic values for long run. Without institutional support and its proper continuity, democratic values cannot survive. It seems every moment public space is shrinking day by day, where billions of marginal people and minority groups who are largely aligned with the nature have no voice and role in the policy making, which affects them significantly. Often it is referred that development projects are imposed and opinion of major stakeholders are ignored and violated. Without considering their opinion and long-run impact on their life, most often authority imposed the policy and development projects is one type of irony. Generally, institutional degradation may happen because of lack of democratic practice. Democracy as human inherent values need to nurture continuously so that it can be an integral part of human well-being. Development will not sustain if culture of democracy is not patronized and nurtured. It is considered that democracy and economic growth is negatively correlated or vice versa, as most often in democratic system taking decision is time-bound process. But in democratic system, through a long debate process, the possibility of errors are reduced. Democratic values are much costly when the mass people are influenced by some sensitive issues which is challenging the ruler to implement some major policy or projects. In recent history, in the name of development and economic growth, culture of democratic values are getting narrow day by day. Culture of listening others and tolerating opposition will help us to reduce our costly mistake in future. Freedom of voice is one of the significant indicators by which it can be measured how a country is making space for people to express their views and opinion for their long run well-being. Not necessarily growth ensures development. Even in development process, it needs to ensure distributive justice and allocational efficiency. Otherwise, the largest portion of people will be excluded from the well-being. We must bring the collective well-being through the development process or taking the pragmatic development policies. When I consider the recent experience of my country, it is a bit challenging. Last decades, in terms of growth and development, we have done some tremendous job in terms of growth. But at the same time, democratic values are ignored in a greater extent, and the involvement of mass people are comparatively very low. So it has some costly consequences in near future. In this way, several parts of the globe, they are facing the same type of challenges in the progressive stage. So it needs to reconsider in much broader perspective. In different phases of development, it needs to reconsider the growth and development strategies and in what extent it will be aligned with democratic values. Sometimes development seems imposed without considering the opinion of prime stakeholders. Within very few days, the development projects turn into the burden for them or turn into a nightmare. Simultaneously, we need to critically consider the issue that when we say people's well-being, it seems an anthropocentric approach and contrasting to the collective approach of human and nature combination. Finally, it can be said that the ultimate goal should be people's long-run well-being. Among the existing several alternatives, democracy is the best one as it has the highest positive externalities. I do firmly believe that through practicing and nurturing the democratic values in every phases of our life, we can build a much sustainable, tolerable and integrated society and world. Thank you everybody for listening me.